So here we are talking about how to create the vendor master data. Okay. So as we discussed, there are two technologies are there in SAP. Okay. ECC and S4HANA. So we are learning both in our course, ECC as well as S4HANA. So now we'll try to understand how to create the vendor master in ECC. Then we'll move to S4HANA. So without knowing the difference between changes, without knowing the delta changes between ECC and S4HANA, it's of no use to understand only how to create the vendor in S4HANA. Okay. First, instead of creating the vendor in S4HANA, I will show you how to create the vendor in ECC. Then I will also create the vendor master in S4HANA. Then you will get the difference between how to create the vendor in ECC and how to create the vendor in S4HANA. So when we talk about creation of vendor in ECC, configuration for the creation of vendor master data. First, we will talk about ECC. First thing, define the vendor account group. So this can be done with the help of T code OBD3. Then we need to assign number ranges. We need to define the number ranges, sorry. So this number ranges you have to define through xkn1. We'll also see with the help of navigation or path. Then third point is assign number ranges to vendor account group. So first step, we are defining the account groups. Second step, we are defining the number ranges. Third step, we are linking this number range to vendor account group. Okay, third step, we are just linking this vendor account group with the number ranges. OBAS T code. These three things only we need to define. Okay, then we need to define the master data, GL reconciliation account. Fourth point is GL master data, which is reconciliation account. When I say reconciliation account, which means it's centric creator, GL account we need to create. So what is reconciliation account? We'll understand later on, not now. So if we have minimum settings here, then only we'll be able to create the vendor master in ECC. So if you compare this configuration with the GL accounting, it's nothing, right, to create the master data. Very simple configuration you have. Now we'll see how to create the vendor master in the SAP system. So go to SPRO. So this we are learning in ECC server first. Okay, do you understand? I am not directly doing it in S4HANA because for creation of vendor master, we have a difference changes between ECC and S4HANA. So that's why first I am doing it in ECC. Then I will explain you the difference in S4HANA. Do you understand what I am trying to do here?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
great. So now to create the vendor master, what do we require? We require the vendor account groups. Go to SPRO, SAP reference IMG. Go to financial accounting. So far we have done the most of the configuration bit now in financial accounting global setting in GL general ledger accounting when we were discussing about the general ledger accounting. Now, since we are doing the accounts payable, you have to come to this configuration node, account receivable and accounts payable. Then now we are doing for vendor. Select the vendor account. Then we are creating the vendor master data. Select master data. So now preparation for creating the vendor master data. So OBD3 as I discussed, T code is OBD3. So last four characters is OBD3. So now I am define account group with screen layout. Execute. Click on new entries. So this vendor account group you have to define with four character. It can be alphanumeric, okay, or it can be numeric. Same rule apply here also. Let's say for example I am defining TA20 vendor account group for TA20. Save this. So I am just doing the technical requirement today. Okay, we'll discuss about the theory later on. So we have created the vendor account group TA20. Simple. Then we need to create the number ranges. So here also you will get the number ranges. I mean, see, create number ranges for vendor account group. XKN1, last four character. XKN1. So execute. Click on change interval. Here you can find the free intervals also. Okay, here, I mean, you can find in S4HANA, but here we are not able to see. No problem. We'll have to use the any number range, which should be unique. So since this is also practice environment, so many people have used this many number ranges. We need to find out any number ranges which is unique. Which should not be used by the system. Let's say, for example, add intervals. I will select T2 as a number range. Then interval also it should be unique. For example, I want to give 5 lakh to 5 lakh 99. So it says enter interval without overlap means this is repeated. Maybe this 5 lakh to 5 lakh 99,000. This is some defined by somebody else. And we'll use some other number range. 6 lakhs to 6 lakhs 99. So even this is also overlap because these are all so many number ranges which are defined by the other users. It should be unique. Number range should also be unique. This number range should also be unique, and this interval should also be unique. We'll see other number ranges. 419992. So we'll break this. So we'll break this, okay? We'll break this number ranges. So if you look at here, next number what we can take is 4100. 41 all zeros 100 to 41199. So we'll see that. I will make a note of this number. One minute. I will make a note in the notepad. So now I will define the number range. First, I will take T2. T2 is the number range and this is the number intervals from to 2 number. So here, instead of 99, I will remove 99, which is used by other intervals, other number range. 100 to 199. Now it's accepted. Okay. So our number range is from to, from is this, to is this. This is the interval from to 2.
Sir, you
We
mean
have,
to say from 2 is 199, is it, sir?
yeah, I have taken. So 199 means I can create the vendor master code from this number to this number. Okay. Almost 99. Okay. Now, since we have created the number ranges, we have to link. So assign number ranges to vendor account group, OBA5, OBAS, sorry. Click on position. It will ask you for the number range. This, account group, TA20. Assign the number range. So what is our number range? T2. So this we have done it. We have done with the 3 steps. Now we'll have to create one sundry creator account. Why do we need to create? We'll discuss later. Okay, when we do the theory part of it. Now create the GL account in FS00. So you must be noticing some difference, okay, here in ECC to create the GL master in FS00. Why? Because there is also some changes between ECC and S4HANA. So now you will not find this type of field in S4HANA. You will find some different field, GL account type. We'll see that. So we'll create one sundry creator account. Sundry creator account, normally it's a part of liability, right? Accounts payable, right? We have discussed when
Yes,
we
sir.
Yeah.
discuss about the accounting, right? So now
Yes.
select the account group liability. Okay. Which current liabilities and provisions? Okay. Start from 100,400. Let me check my account group. OBD4. Secured loan. Okay, current liabilities and provisions are starting with 100,400. Okay, we'll select 100,400 is the one. FS 00 100,400. Current liabilities and provisions. Balance sheet account. Just give the sundry creditor. So as we discussed, for creating the reconciliation account, we have to select this option here, vendor. Means this is the sundry creditor reconciliation account for vendor. Sort key 012. We'll discuss everything, whatever we are doing it here. I'm just showing you the technical requirement. G067 is the field status group for the reconciliation account. Save this. Okay, no problem. Done. Once you create the sundry creditor, then create the vendor master. So as we know, what is the screen for the creating the master data and transaction data? SAP Easy Access. Go to accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable, master record, create. So here system is asking you to give the company code and account group. So company code, it's already selected by the system. I need to give the account group TA20. We'll discuss. In detail, we'll discuss. So first now we are giving the name of the vendor. Let's say for example, XYZ vendor. You can give any name, no problem. Country, I am giving IN. Ignore this. Ignore this. So now accounting information tab. So yeah, here you select the reconciliation account. Sundry creditor. Sort key 012. So here if you look at cash management group is a mandatory field. Okay. So just give the, so what is this? We don't require cash management group field. Okay. First we'll give the value here. Otherwise it will not allow us to create the vendor master. Later on we'll remove this field. Payment term at this point of time 0001 you give. Check double invoice. No problem. So I will discuss whatever we are doing now. We'll discuss that. Enter and save. So if you look at here, vendor code is generated. So where we are getting this vendor code? Can you tell me?
From number ranges.
Number
Great.
ranges.
Great. So these number ranges are useful to create the vendor master. Okay. So we have also seen the number ranges related to the document posting, right? In GL accounting. So these number
Yes, sir.
ranges are useful to create the vendor master. So I will compare with this with the GL accounting also. I will compare the accounts payable configuration with the GL accounting also after some time. Now, hope you understand how to create the vendor.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we'll see how to create the vendor in S4HANA. So the vendor what we have created, see what is the T code to create the vendor master here? FK01. FK01. See. Creation of vendor master. FK01. So how we created vendor? We have just created this vendor only in FI. What is the meaning of this FK01? We have created vendor only in the FI department. Means I can only post this vendor only in FI. All the transactions which are relevant for FI only I can create. I cannot use this vendor to post the procurement related transactions because this is only vendor. This vendor is only created in FI. If I want this vendor to post related transaction also, then I have to create the vendor centrally. Centrally in the sense, I have to create this vendor with 3 segments. Okay, we'll discuss about vendor segments and all. So first vendor account, we'll discuss. We have created the vendor account. If I talk about segment of the vendor now, you will get confused. So you understand this, how to create the vendor master data in ECC. Now we'll discuss about how to create the vendor master data in S4HANA. Configuration of vendor master data in S4HANA. Same configuration, whatever we have at the top. Same T codes also. There is no change. Additionally, in S4HANA, we have to define the configuration for business partner. So what is business partner? We'll understand. I will introduce what is business partner, and then I will just create one vendor master in S4 also. So in ECC, we have already created the vendor directly in ECC without creating the business partner. But in S4HANA, SAP has introduced the business partner concept. Okay, first we have to create the business partner in SAP. Okay, if you want to create the vendor master or if you want to create the customer master, you have to first create the business partner. Then you have to create the vendor or you have to create the customers. So what is business partner? Business partner means any person or organization, they are doing business with our organization. They are called the business partner. Okay. So one business partner may be playing different roles. So let's say, for example, that business partner may be supplying vendor to our organization, or that business partner may be collection agent for our organization, or that business partner may be a customer to our organization. So he may play the different roles. So SAP has come up with the concept of business partner. So depending on his role, you will have to extend it. For example, this business partner is also vendor to our organization or supplier to our organization. So SAP has given the separate business partner role. So you need to select a particular role, and then you have to create the vendor master. So we'll see that in the system. So meanwhile, just I am introducing the business partner topic. So to make you understand, so business partner, it can be a person or group of institution or group organization, anyone who would be dealing with the organization. They might play different role. This business partner may be your vendor supplying the material, or your organization is supplying the material to this business partner, means he may be your customer, he may be your collection agent. So first is we have to create the business partner, and depending on the role, we have to create the vendor or customer likewise. So do you understand what is business partner at a high level?
Yes, sir.
So without creating the business partner, we cannot create vendor master in SAP. So first thing, we need to define the I will open the SAP. So we need to define business partner group and number ranges. First, we need to define the number ranges. Business partner group. Then we need to define business partner group and assign number ranges. One minute. Then third point, we need to do synchronization. So when we do synchronization means we are linking the business partner with the vendor master. Sorry, we are integrating, we are connecting the business partner group along with the vendor account group so that both will be sync. We'll see that in the system. Today network is poor. What happened today?